Hey everybody, it's your boy Marcus Norman from Gentleman Style Podcast, your host of the number one podcast coming to you live in America. And today, you all are in for a sweet, sweet treat. We have the incredible, amazing, well, you just got to stay tuned. You got to stay tuned for the rest of this. This is going to be impactful. This woman is changing the absolute game. She is on fire in the Hampton Roads area, and you just have to see to the very end. Here we go. Hey everybody, it's your boy Marcus Norman from Gentleman Style Podcast, your host of the number one podcast coming to you live in America. And today we have the incredible Miss Kimberly Outlaw, also the owner of Sweet Cravings Bakery LLC, located in the Chesapeake, Virginia area. Since her company's origin in 2016, Miss Outlaw has served an exclusive cake artistry business in her home-based cake art studio company. Miss Kim Outlaw is also known for her realistic and innovative cake designs. I'm talking, she makes it all. She makes cakes out of you name. She's made cakes out of pineapple. She makes cakes out of Frankenstein. She makes cakes out of poker cards. You have to absolutely see this woman is incredible. Born and raised in Norfolk, Virginia, Miss Kimberly is a proud graduate of Norview High School and ODU University, where she earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in Communications. With no formal culinary training, Miss Outlaw's work has gained her popularity in her field. But what truly stands out and what truly meets the mark of this woman's just true cake artistry is she is a Beyonce, that's right, Beyonce awardee of the a grant program that Miss Beyonce created during the COVID-19 pandemic, and she is absolutely phenomenal. Miss Kimberly was awarded with a $10,000 grant to help support her business during the COVID-19 pandemic and and future businesses, and that is major to be recognized for her work. That speaks paramount. Miss Outlaw's business is featured on Beyonce's website, Beyonce.com, in her personal directory of Bay approved businesses to support. Miss Outlaw believes in sharing her blessings and giving back to her community. As a sugar angel with the Icing Smiles Foundation, Miss Kimberly also donates her exquisite cakes to children with terminal and chronic illnesses in the Hampton Roads area. So, y'all, please help me welcome to the stage the incredible, the phenomenal, the amazing Miss Kimberly Outlaw coming to the Gentleman Style Podcast stage. Yeah! Miss Kim, thank you for coming to the Gentleman Style Podcast show. We appreciate you. Thank you, sister, for supporting us in this way. I appreciate you and the movement that you are on. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. What an introduction. Thank you, Marcus.
You are very, very welcome. And again, the light is on you. I didn't make any of that stuff up. That's all you. She did all of that, y'all. So, Miss Kim, diving right in. What's the story
Yes,
behind you
yes.
and your company? You could do anything you set your mind to. You have an incredible vision for yourself. But why? What got you started in cakes, in the cake industry, in the cake business, culinary business?
I often joke about my business starting by accident. It actually started backwards. That was not my intention to become a cake artist initially. What I was doing was basically getting in the kitchen with my babies, baking, making memories with them, and the business was birthed. I first had a love for baking with my grandmother Marjorie in the kitchen, like during the summers and on the weekends and stuff. We would get in the kitchen and make cakes and pies, and I'd help her cook too. But my favorites was always the sweets and waiting to lick that beater at the end. Right? We didn't care about salmonella, nothing back then. Just waiting for the end. So I love the memories that we created together, and I wanted to kind of mirror that in my household with my children too. Yeah, so we just got in the kitchen together, started baking items, and when I came home to be an at-home mom after I had my second son, it kind of reignited my love for baking again. I had the time to make homemade items. So I went back to work a little bit after I had him, but after I had my daughter and I came home permanently, that's when everything kind of changed. I was in the kitchen making cakes. And then one day I was like, I want to make their birthday cakes. I want to make their birthdays extra special because mama made that cake. And I started posting some of my finished products on social media, and my friends and family loved it. And the next thing I knew, that I was getting emails saying, hey, can you make a cake for my occasion or my mom or my son? So I had to like run out the door and get a business license, and boom, that's how Sweet Cravings Bakery was birthed. I had no intention of it, but I'm here and I'm thankful. And I know it's God's plan for my life. He definitely has set me on this road, and I'm just walking it.
Wow, that's huge, y'all. Give Miss Kim another round of applause. This is huge, y'all. She is absolutely phenomenal, changing the game in the Hamptons Road area. She is a powerhouse. Miss Kim, so
Yes,
you
yes,
said this was started almost by accident. We know
yes,
God, the
yes.
Almighty, doesn't make any accidents. Um,
Not at all.
I
Not at
gotta
all.
not at all. I gotta ask though. You don't have this is unique. I found this out myself. I did some detective work, y'all. So you don't own a physical storefront. Why not? And where are you making your delicious cakes? And what's the strategy behind um not having a physical storefront? How are you doing
All
the
right. All right.
incredible artwork you're doing?
We're gonna start with, it has to be God, number one, and that's a loaded question. So if I forget anything, just let me know. I work from home. I work from my actual home and my home kitchen. I name my oven Donna. She makes all the cakes. She works very hard for you guys. My vision was basically, like I said, it kind of happened backwards. So I'm trying to catch up with what's going on. I was just looking to make a cake here and there. I had no idea that I would get as busy as I am now. I believe that right now for my business, it's a blessing because my desire was to be home with my children. And I can still run a full business from my home and still be home with my kids as they're growing up. Especially right now with the pandemic going on, both of my children are actually homeschooled virtually. So it's no perfect time, no more perfect time to me being home with them and not being able to struggle. If I had a bakery right now and my babies were home and I had to trot them back and forth, it would be pretty difficult. So for right now, I think this is where I'm supposed to be. Now for my vision, I mean, earning the grant kind of changed the way I look at my business. I'm like, okay, if she's investing money in me, that means she sees something in me. So right now, me and my husband, we're one flesh. So we're definitely praying on what that expansion looks like. I can tell you is that we are having some discussions about expansion. I can't confirm exactly what we're doing right now, but once I know, I would definitely let everyone else know. But we're definitely going to grow, in the means of how we're going to do that. It's still, the jury's still a little out on that, but you can blow through $10,000 pretty quickly when you're trying to move outside to a brick and mortar. So we're leaning on the table with two things, but and I'll let you know when I know. I know.
Nope. That's it. That's it. You can't ask for more
Can't give
than that,
anything
y'all.
away. Give anything away.
Right? She can't spill too much tea, y'all. Too
Not
much
yet.
tea,
Not yet.
right? I love that.
Right.
That's huge,
Right.
right? And you're right. $10,000. That's an investment. That's an investment that someone believes in you. We all believe in you, right? We all support you.
Thank
We're all
you.
down for
Thank
you.
you.
But that's a significant support, right? That's
Yes.
monetary support,
Yes.
and that's a whole other
Mm-hmm.
ball game.
Mm-hmm.
And so you and your husband, as you move in the direction, you all are gonna do the best thing and the right thing with it. I already know it. We already know it. So take your time,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Don't rush.
Exactly. Exactly.
Don't rush the blessing. Absolutely.
That's
Miss Kim,
that's
I
God
had
didn't
to
bring me
ask a
this
question.
far to leave me. He's gonna lead me all the way to the end. So
That's true. That's true. That's why we know you're gonna do well. We know you're gonna succeed. Miss Kim, I have to ask, what is your favorite cake that you've made?
it changes
It
all the
changes all
time.
the
But I would
time,
say
but I
to
would say to
date,
date,
my
my
absolute favorite
absolute
cake that
favorite
I've
cake that
made
I've
is my
made is
daughter's
my
birthday
daughter's
cake
birthday cake
that
that
actually ended
actually
up
ended up
landing on
landing
the
on
front
the
page of the
front page
Virginia
of the Virginia
Pilot
Pilot
newspaper.
newspaper.
It was one
It
where
was
she's
one where
actually
she's actually
standing, walking
standing,
down the
walking down the
street, looking
street, looking
unbothered and
unbothered and
chewing bubble
chewing
gum, but
bubble
really
gum, but
blowing
really
the
blowing the
bubble
bubble.
when she's walking
She's
down the
walking down
street.
the street.
That's the first of that kind that I've made, and I made it overnight, trying to surprise her that morning. So that's one of my cakes that I'm really proud of. It was gravity defying, kind of funky and fun.
Absolutely. So tell us, what made up that cake? What parts are edible? What parts aren't edible?
The top, the head is your cake. That's all cake. Now the bottom is structure. You can eat what's around it, but the legs and the arms and everything are modeling chocolate. And let's see what else. The shoes are modeling chocolate, but there's a structure in her arms and her legs. So it's like food grade, food safe wiring. But everything else, you don't eat the structure.
That's big, y'all. That's big. That's a huge cake, right? That looks good. I want to eat the sidewalk.
Thank you.
Is the grass edible? Is the sidewalk edible?
You can eat the grass, you can eat the sidewalk. Yes, everything's edible. I kind of try to keep everything on the edible side to make that wow factor.
That is a huge.
Thank you. Uh-oh, I lost them.
I am back, y'all.
I lost you.
I am back. I'm right here. Sorry, y'all. No, no, you're fine. So, Miss Kim, jumping right back in. I'm so sorry. Jumping right back in. What was the hardest cake that you had to make? What was a difficult cake for you that you felt like this one really touched me at my core?
Yeah, the hardest one I've had to make, like when I work on a cake, I might have like small difficulties, but this one emotionally was the absolute hardest cake I've ever had to make. It was a cake that I made that was the Bride of Frankenstein. People that are very close to me know that my grandma Marjorie was born on October 31st, which is Halloween. And every year I would try to cake her into like a Halloween character. And this particular year, while I was physically making that cake, my grandma's health was ailing. And week by week, it was something new. So emotionally, when I was working on the cake, I was wondering, like, is this going to be the last one that I have the honor of making for her? So, and it did end up being the last one that I made for her. She actually passed on November the 9th. And I think every time I see that cake, I'll remember, that was the last one. And I have a couple cakes like that where people have passed on or children have passed on while I worked on their last cake. So it's a bittersweet thing. It's an honor to do something like that, but then it always kind of stays with you. So I think that would be the most difficult cake of my life. And I'll never forget it because that was my girl, that was my baby. So yeah, it was pretty tough going through it. It was something I enjoy, but it was, hard at the same time.
That is hard. That's powerful, man.
Yeah.
That hurt me. That would do it. Hey y'all, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and stay with us. We'll be right back with the most fabulous Kimberly Outlaw. Good day, podcast listeners. This is your boy Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast Show. I wanted to let you guys know that we will be rolling out a new feature and adding a join sponsor button next to the subscriber button here at the bottom of your screen. Once you click the button, it will display 3 membership levels. Gentleman Gentry, which is our entry level, Duke Duchess, which is our season level, and the Emperor and Empress, which is our most sophisticated level, which you will receive unique perks and benefits at each differing level and gain access to our community tab. We will also be sharing polls, upcoming events, and interviews, as well as receive feedback from our sponsors directly. Your support helps me find new and exciting guests to bring to the stage live. Well, in order to get the higher end speakers, it requires, you guessed it, money. So thank you for tuning in to my channel. And if becoming a sponsor sounds good to you, then select the join button below and choose your desired sponsor level. Let's continue to grow and serve the future of generations of men and women to come. Love you guys. Bye. Hey y'all, we are back. I have the incredible, the fabulous Miss Kimberly Outlaw, and we are talking about her story and telling us her journey as she is taking the world absolutely by storm. Miss Kimberly, thank you for coming on to the Gentleman Style Podcast show. I I wanted to
Absolutely,
know,
absolutely.
what was it like to apply for a grant program like the Beyonce program, right? That's major. That's big. I wouldn't have the courage to do something like that. But you did it. And not only did you do it, you got awarded. What was the process like? Take us through a little bit of that journey.
Okay. Um, First of all, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. To be honest, when I applied for it, I wasn't thinking I was going to get it either. I just said, okay, well, let me just, put my skin in the game. If I don't do it, it won't happen. But if I do it, hey, it might. So for me, the process was pretty easy. I was scrolling through TikTok and I love TikTok. On my feed or my For You page, I get like cake tips or small business. I follow like small business gurus, and a lady came up and she said, "Hey, did you know that Beyonce and the NAACP had partnered together with the Bay Good Foundation, and that they were offering a $10,000 grant to Black-owned businesses that were impacted during the COVID-19 pandemic?" So I said, oh, okay. So I kind of looked through the TikTok and I immediately logged off, researched it for myself, and I was like, okay, it's real. And the deadline was approaching. They had already done 3 rounds of giveaways. So this was the final round, and it was like a couple of days away from the deadline. So I just said, well, I'm here. So I filled out the application. It was pretty simple. Just fill out the application online, but I did have to accompany a video and a voiceover, or I would appear on the video or whatever, just telling them how COVID-19 had affected my business. So I chose to I put together like a slideshow of all my favorite cakes that I loved. And I did a voiceover just explaining what had happened, to my business during the pandemic, the stay at home orders, people canceling, cakes and things like that. And just, I submitted it. That was it. Didn't think anything of it. And I kind of went about, my business and my weeks. And later I found out that I was a recipient, but I don't want to jump ahead of you. So that was the process. Pretty simple.
She was a recipient, y'all, and you're absolutely right. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's
Right,
1000%
right.
correct. And you went through it. You believed in yourself. Who was your biggest supporters through that? Who supported you? Who were your biggest cheerleaders? I guarantee you it was the
Oh my
kids.
goodness. Oh my goodness. What I call the fabulous five, and now we're down to the core four inside of my house, but my family, like my husband, my sons, my daughter. I mean, everything I do, like my oldest son, he'll post something on his story, like, look at mama, she's shining. I mean, my husband is my backbone. He does so much. I probably run him down. He works all day and then he still comes in here and helps me with everything I do. My creatives, I have creative children too. They come in and give me ideas. Sometimes some of the stuff you see is them on my cakes. So shout out to my family. When I say they hold me down, they hold me down. And I can't lie, I'm Norfolk born and raised. My community, my people, my Norview family, like they encourage me, pray for me, push me through. So it's like I have so many people that are behind me, support me, love me, and want me to win. And when I win, like everybody's gonna win. Like we're gonna spread it all around. So I'm very fortunate to have so many supportive people behind me.
Congratulations. That's major.
Thank you,
That's
thank you.
major. You deserve it. The whole family, the whole tribe serves it. If
The
you all
tribe, the
see her
tribe.
TikTok videos, they are incredible, right? And they're funny and they're hilarious. She did a busted challenge with a cake. If y'all don't know, she is amazing. And her tribe, she is one of my favorite families to follow on social media.
Oh,
She is
thank you, thank you.
phenomenal. Absolutely. It is all you. It's all you. Tell me, I gotta ask, did you
Yes, yes.
meet Queen Bee herself?
As of today's date, I'm going to say not yet. I haven't met her yet, but I'm believing in divine intervention and maybe God will place that date together. I mean, a couple months ago, I would never believe my name and Beyonce's name would be in the same sentence. So I definitely believe it can happen. But really, my husband keeps saying it's going to happen. And usually when he says something that's going to happen, it does. So I'm believing maybe one day I'll get the opportunity to meet her and I can thank her in person for myself. That would be so cool.
That will be so cool, and that reminds me of our rest in peace Chadwick Boseman, right? Before his passing, he paid homage to his scholarship because he was actually an awardee, a recipient of the Denzel Washington scholarship, and that's how Chadwick Boseman got his start into movies and acting. And so he thanked, and unbeknownst to Denzel Washington, he is what catapulted that man. So I see the same thing for you.
No idea.
He had no idea. So I see the exact same thing. It's gonna happen. You're gonna meet Queen Bee and the family and the tribe, and it's gonna be magic. Let me get off my soapbox because before I start playing Destiny's Child, all right? So,
No, keep on giving me all that positivity.
Yes. I gotta ask another unique question. Any advice what advice would you give men or women in the audience who may be interested in applying, or just not even applying for that grant per se, but just going after their goals? What vision or what advice would you give the young men and women trying to get started?
I would say, don't let fear stop you. Or in the words of Joyce Myers, do it afraid. I wasn't researching. I was watching something and I saw this young lady. I wish I could credit her. She said, fear, tell yourself that the fear is excitement. It almost feels the same to your body. If it's something that you really want to do it. You know, life is so short. We think we have so long or we have forever to get things started. If it's on your heart and you love it, go after it, and go after it with everything in you. Why not? What do you have to lose? You know, if you don't start something, then okay, it's never going to start. But if you try, who knows what it could grow into? And you're never too young, you're never too old, and it's never too late unless you're not breathing. I mean, I started my business in my late 30s. And what's a funny fact a lot of people don't know is when I was in high school, when I don't know if everybody remembers when Johnson and Wales was actually in this area, I wanted to go to Johnson and Wales initially. I wanted to be a chef. I watched Julia Child on Channel 15 when I was little, and I was in love with just food. I was in love with it. I wanted to be a chef. But back then, you know, we didn't have the internet like now where you could research and kind of find out everything about it. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna do something safe. I'm gonna just go to college. So I went to ODU. I majored in communications because I felt like, you know, with this deep voice, you know, maybe I should go, you know, be a news anchor. And it's so funny, like back then I wanted to be like a positive role model on TV for little girls that look like me. And God blessed me with the opportunity to like meet all of the ladies that inspired me back then. Like I grew up watching Regina Mobley and Barbara Sierra and Alveda Ewell. She's the only one I didn't meet in person, but I got to work at those news stations, rolling teleprompter. So I've done a little bit behind TV, but God still allowed me the opportunity to meet these ladies and then end up on TV anyway, like sharing the story about my grandmother. So just baking in the kitchen from when I was little with my grandmother, making amazing memories. I never thought it would bring on all of this. Like Sweet Cravings Bakery is here and it's here to stay. And I'm so thankful for the opportunities. So just go after anything that you want. Double back. But I want to do that. I'm doing it anyway. So you might as well dive in and try whatever you want to do.
Absolutely. That's impactful. That's powerful. I felt inspired. I'm inspired. I need to get off my butt. I'm moving in slow motion here, right? I'm doing nothing compared to you, Queen. You killing the game. That's absolutely incredible. You all stay tuned, stay with us, stay engaged. We have one more quick commercial break. We gotta keep the lights going, man. We gotta pay these bills. But we will be right back. We have the fabulous Miss Kimberly Outlaw. We'll be right back.
I'm Marcus Norman, bringing fresh vibes to hot topics surrounding culture, relationships, business, finance, sex, dating, faith, and everything in between. Whether you're into passive income opportunities, trending topics and useful relationship tips, or dynamic guest speakers, there's something for everyone. You can expect all that and more every week. If you're down with this content, then consider joining our growing community by subscribing to Gentleman Style Podcast and smash the bell to get on our VIP list. Your support means the world. Thanks for watching. Link to my channel.
We are back, y'all. We have the incredible, fabulous Miss Kimberly Outlaw of Sweet Cravings LLC in Virginia, in the Hampton Road area, with a pure heart of gold. Miss Kimberly, I want to ask a question. Who do you admire and why?
Oh my goodness. Goodness. I admire Marjorie Elizabeth Turner and Maddie Woody. Those are my grandmothers, my maternal grandmother and my paternal grandmother. Not often do we hear enough about the mom, that at-home moms that raised those huge families and poured everything into us and were our foundation. We often celebrate like the CEOs and everybody is out, moving and shaking in the corporate world and entrepreneurial world, but they taught me how to live. They taught me how to keep God first. They taught me how to love my family, take care of my husband. They've weathered some of my biggest fears, like losing children or husbands and going through the ups and downs of life. And they still kept God first. They still were pleasant and beautiful and smiled and still had love to give us, even after they raised all their babies, and they loved us hard. So they inspire me the most to keep going. I miss them so much, but hopefully I can serve as, I'm their legacy. Hopefully I can, and I want everybody to know who they were, because one of my grandmas often said, everybody loves me if I just sit in my house in my little old dress. And I was like, oh no, honey, you were way bigger than sitting in your house in your little dress. Like, you've raised generations of amazing, beautiful people. Some of them took care of my baby. So that's who inspires me most, those godly women that poured those core old school values into me that I can, kind of pour into my babies in this new evolving world. But that's who inspires me the most, and they will forever.
I love that. I love that. Y'all give her applause. Give her applause. Give her a hand of applause. Man, that's major. She is doing it big. That's incredible, right? And that's at the heart, and that is right on time with Women's History Month, right? Right? Because powerful women changing the game. Powerful, I'll say it, Black women who are world changers. And it's not what we do today, but look at the legacy, right? It's all over her. It's glowing all over Miss Kim, and then blessing her family and changing. It's not what we do today, it's what we leave behind tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And Miss Kim and her legacy
That's key. That's key.
That's huge.
It's in work.
It is, but it's important. It's important work.
Yes.
So that's huge. Miss Kim, I think I know the answer to this, but what's your favorite way to give back?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said, I think I know the answer to this, but what is your favorite way to give back to your community?
Oh, goodness. I do some secret stuff that I don't talk about, because that's between me and God. I support people that I believe in and really love, but I do some stuff like behind the scenes. But one of the things that I do publicly is I am a sugar angel for the foundation Ice and Smiles. So I donate cakes, like custom cakes, to children that have chronic or terminal illnesses. And I think it extends to their siblings too as well. So whenever someone's murdered or email, I just hop on and provide a cake for that particular family. And it's for free. It's donated.
Who started that organization? Is it your organization? Who started? Tell us a little bit about it.
It's actually not my organization, and I feel so bad because I can't remember the founder. I actually was looking at, how to give back through, baking. I was just doing some searches online that was like year round and all the time. And I came upon Ice and Smiles. And then once I put in my application, I qualified, because there are certain parameters. You have to have like a kitchen that's approved and been inspected by the health department, or you have to be a storefront property in order to make cakes for that organization, and they have to check out your business license and everything. But now I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I would love to start something myself as well. That's been on my heart. So we'll see. Stay tuned for that.
You heard it, y'all. You heard it, y'all. Stay tuned. Stay connected. Speaking of that, Miss Kim, what's how can my audience connect with you? How can we uplift you? How can we support you and get behind what you're doing and the movement that you're doing throughout the world? I'll say the world.
Wow. To support me, I'm trying to basically gain exposure on social media. Right now, my website is being built. So once it's up and running, I will update my social media pages so you guys can hop over there and look at it and let me know what you think. But for now, you can actually follow me on Facebook under Sweet Cravings Bakery, VA. V is in Victor, A is in Apple, like for Virginia. I'm from Virginia. So Sweet Cravings Bakery, VA. And you can also hop over to Instagram and follow me on Sweet Cravings Bakery, VA as well. Those are my two business pages. And to support a small business, you can just follow me, like my pics, leave an uplifting comment, and that kind of helps us on the algorithm of kind of putting our business out there and keep it generating and put my cakes in front of some new faces so I can kind of grow my audience. So that's free. That's a free way you can actually support me. And of course, if you want me to make a cake, go ahead and pop over into my business page or my inbox and we'll take good care of you there. So definitely you can support me free or you can come on over and I can make a cake for you. Either way is amazing. It'll help push me forward.
I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm sold. She got me, y'all. I need to figure out a cake to make. I don't know what kind of cake. Maybe a podcast cake. There you go, a podcast cake. We're gonna put that together.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. That'd be unique. I can't. I'm afraid because I don't know if it's gonna stand up, if it's gonna walk off the cake, it's gonna have legs, it's gonna be on wheels. When I say she's creative, y'all, check out her page down below. Sweet Cravings Bakery, VA. Websites in the works, but follow her, connect with her, Facebook, Instagram, and she mentioned earlier on TikTok.
Please follow me on TikTok. Yeah, we have fun on TikTok.
Love it. Miss Kim.
Yes.
Any final words for my audience? Any tidbits? Any last minute before you go?
Yes, I want to thank my community and abroad just for keeping me in prayer. When I was grieving my grandma, I'm still grieving my grandmother and sending so many beautiful messages and just being there for me and my family, 120%. We appreciate that. Just keep me in prayer. I'm doing my best to keep moving forward with my business and with bringing recognition to our community. And I'm trying to basically just be the best person that I can be. And hopefully you guys are proud of me. Like Marcus said, if there's anything that you want to do in your life, go after it. Don't hesitate, just go. I mean, why not? The most you can do is it not happen. So what if it does happen? Get out there and chase those dreams and the things that God has instilled in you and it keeps churning in your stomach. It's for a reason. You never know how he's going to bless you in that area. So I never imagined I would be here talking to Marcus, half of the stuff that's going on. And I'm very thankful and grateful for it. And Marcus, thank you for reaching out to me and letting me tell some of my story. I'm a fan of your show, so it's such a dope experience. So I just want to thank you for that and for bearing with me when I got sick the other week. Thank you so much for allowing me to come back. And I'm just very thankful and I'm very impressed with you. And I just pray many blessings onto you and that you continue to grow as well, because I think you have something amazing.
Thank you. This is phenomenal. Thank you, Miss Kim. This is huge, right? I was very even the first time I was very excited to have you, but even then when you got sick, my goal was to always shine you in the best light possible. That was my goal.
Thank you.
And so family is important, you're important, and in order to achieve God's mission, you have to be in good health, because it's his goals, his vision is bigger than us. So
it is.
Thank you for coming back when you got plenty of time to rest. I would not press that issue at all. I wanted you to rest, recuperate.
Thank you.
And thank you.
I needed it. And thank you for praying over me too. It worked.
Yes. All right, y'all. We gotta let Miss Kim go. She got some orders to make, including mine coming up. But thank you all for tuning in. Yes, yes, I got to get in line here. That's probably a line. When I say she got a line, she got a line. But Miss Kim, thank you for what you do. Don't ever give up, please. We are
I
changed.
promise.
Yes, we are changed by you every day. The world is changed by you every day. So please don't give up. You are changing the world and making it better. Um,
Thank you.
so absolutely. And my audience, thank you all for tuning in to Gentleman Style Podcast Show. Thank you all for supporting today. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. And like I always say, like I always end every show, take care of your friends, take care of your family, and always, always, always take care of business. This is Marcus Norman at Gentleman Style Podcast and Miss Kimberly Outlaw of Sweet Cravings LLC signing off. Love you guys. Bye.